Oh, it's so good to hear you, see you, feel you, meet you, be with you today. And this is my next installment in my daily video log. And today, it's interesting, this whole period, I'm doing 100 days of videos. And today is, I think, day 12, which is exciting. And I'm just exploring what it is that lights me up. And one of the things that lit me up today was in my Qigong class. I mentioned a couple of points that are down around your ankles, and they're on the inside of the ankle and the outside of the ankle. Okay. And these are the opening points for your Qiao Mai vessel. And your Qiao Mai vessel is kind of like this is your yin unifying vessel, and here's your yang unifying vessel. And these are the vessels of your stance, your here and now stance. So the questions that arise with this yin and yang vessel of your stance is if you could be anyone you wanted to be right now, who would you be? That's the inner ankle point. If you could be anyone you wanted to be right now, who would you be? Would you be Beyonce? Would you be Taylor Swift? Would you be one of these great big stars? Would you be Willie Nelson? Or would you be yourself? And there's an old phrase that says, be yourself, everyone else is taken. And yeah, right. And then if you could be anywhere you wanted to be right now, where would you be? That's on the outside of the ankle. And so these points at your ankle enter into these two really pivotal questions in life. If you could be anywhere you wanted to be right now, where would you be? If you could be anyone you wanted to be right now, who would you be? Now, it's very common, it's very human to want to be someone else and to want to be somewhere else. And the question is, if you want to be someone else and somewhere else, then there's problems in that vessel. That vessel is going to be experiencing disturbance. And so, how can we clean up that vessel so that it's not disturbed and that you're content to be who you are, where you are? Here I am, and this is where I am. Now, interestingly enough, I got another hit from a teacher who was talking about the water in your body, that we're like molecularly, we are like 90% water, and water holds memories. So, water is going to hold the energy of who you are and where you are, and where you've been and who you've been, and who you'll be and where you'll be. It's in the water. So, how can I do some practices? And maybe it's breath, and maybe it's just journaling or writing poetry, that it painting, some sort of creative expression that will help you access answers to these two questions. Who am I and where am I? And am I content to be who I am, where I am? Or would I rather be in another place and someone else? Who am I today would be a good question to ask yourself. Am I content being where I am, or am I merely tolerating where I am? Am I content to be who I am, or am I merely tolerating who I am and who I've become? And these are all in these vessel energetics of what we call the Chow Mai vessel, the vessel of your stance, where you're standing right now. Are you content to be yourself where you are? These points open at your ankle, the inner ankle and the outer ankle. So you may notice any insufficiency. Like I have, my left ankle has a pretty consistent insufficiency. My right ankle is a lot stronger. So I would say that on my right side of my body, I am more content with who I am and where I am. My left side, not so much. I'd rather be someplace else. The old advertisement for the Bahamas. I'd rather be in the Bahamas. And this was a very famous tourist slogan in an ad campaign for the Bahamas that played in New York City. Because when you're in New York City, it's like I'd rather be in the Bahamas. Oh, well, here we are. Wherever you go, there you are. And so breathe into that, enjoy that for today's class, today's video log, who I am, where I am, wherever you go, there you are. Balance in your chow mai, balance at your ankle, balance in the vessels of energy that relate to your stance and your standing. And I know that you are outstanding in your field. And we'll see you next time. By the way, have some fun today, okay? Make it fun. Enjoy whatever it might be. And I'm sorry for those people who were in that 26 car pileup over in Wyoming. I know that tunnel very well. It was on the news today. There was a big tunnel accident on Interstate 80 in Wyoming near Green River. And it was a scary moment. I would not want to be them and there. And condolences to those families who lost loved ones in that accident and that situation. I heard a story from a lady who survived it and got out, and it was pretty phenomenal. It was a miraculous and incredible piece of humanity. So be careful out there, okay? But don't also live in a space of danger, danger, danger. That's we've been talking about that with the trauma spectrum response. That are you hair trigger all the time? And believe me, driving down the highway at 75 miles an hour, it is not a joke. And somehow we as humans have decided that this is like normal. So, where you are, who you are, vessel of your stance, stand in gratitude, or wherever you may find yourself, be content with where you find yourself because wherever you go, there you are. All right, that's enough for today. Bring a little joy to that. Bring a little joy to that. Wherever I go, there I am. And that's me. Okay. Ciao.